Hello Greenstylers, Cynthia here, and today I have your sewing tutorial sew along video for Greenstyle's Fairway set, the tank top. In addition to this semi-relaxed tank top with wide bands, the Fairway set includes a skirt with attached undershorts with pockets, and if you'd like to sew those along with me, click on the link in the upper right hand corner now. Otherwise, proceed for the Fairway set tank top. Today we'll be making the V-neck. Let's get started. For the Fairway, we suggest stretch knits with at least 50% horizontal and vertical stretch. Cotton modal spandex and athletic knits are two popular choices. Now let's take a look at the pieces you'll need to cut. Cut one of piece B1, the back main, on the fold. Cut one of piece B2, the front main, on the fold. Use the dashed cut line for the V-neck and make sure to transfer the V-neck dot mark onto your fabric. Cut two of piece B5, the arm side bands. Use the dashed cut line for rib knit and the solid cut line for self fabric. Also recommend marking the center point on both bands. Cut two of piece B7, the hem band, again using the rib knit or self fabric cut line. For the V-neck option, cut one of piece B6, the V-neck band. Transfer markings onto your fabric. Now let's get started. Place the front main B2 onto the main back B1 with right sides together. Align at the shoulders and pin or clip into place. Stitch the shoulder seams with a straight stitch or serger. I like using a straight stitch because you can then open up those seam allowances for a nice flat finish on the shoulders. Follow along with me for the V-neck option. Fold the neckband, piece B6, in half lengthwise and stitch the angled edge with a straight stitch. I've drawn in the 3/8 of an inch seam allowance for easier stitching. Drawing also makes it very easy to see exactly where to leave that needle down when you need to turn your fabric for that nice crisp angle. At this point, you can snip into the very center of that seam allowance, being careful not to snip your threads. Then fold the neckband in half with wrong sides together. Be sure to open up those seam allowances if you've stitched with a straight stitch. Now baste the bottom edge about 1 inch on each side of the V-point. And here's how the bottom of our V neckband looks so far. It's looking good. Now we can snip off those little dog ears. They're cute, but we really don't need them. Now bring over your shirt, and we're going to start by placing the neckband onto the front bodice. Line up the dot on the neckband to the dot on the bodice. Use a pin to hold it in place as you slide the bodice and neckband underneath the foot. Once you've aligned the dot underneath the needle, use your hand crank to drop the needle perfectly onto that center of that dot. With the needle down, lift the foot and then rotate the neckband and shirt so that the neckband and shirt are aligned at the raw edge. We're going to stitch 1 inch up one side of the neckband. Once the fabric is correctly situated, begin stitching and make sure to back stitch carefully to lock your stitches and proceed to stitch 1 inch up the edge of the neckband. Backstitch to lock your stitches and then trim your threads. Now rotate the neckband in the other direction to go up the opposite side of the V-neck. And this is where it pays to be very careful and fiddly. The fabric underneath that band will want to bunch up and create wrinkles in your stitching, so be very careful as you align, especially at that point. The fabric at that center point is going to be pulling quite a bit, so straighten and flatten it out, and you see me working the fabric to get it nice and flat. Once you've gotten it nice and flat, get it under that foot and put the needle down in the same exact spot as before. Now sew up the other side about 1 inch. Now remember that little bit of fabric on this shirt that wanted to pull? It's still pulling. So what we can do is take our small scissors and just snip right exactly at that center to release some of that pressure, being very careful to not snip your stitches. There we go, and releasing that pressure will also help to make a cleaner V shape. Now we need to stitch the remainder of the neckband to the bodice, and because it will be slightly stretched, I like to pin or clip in place before stitching. Stitch using a stretch stitch or serger into 3/8 inch seam allowance. Begin at the bottom point of the V so you can stitch on in a straight line. Pro tip for attaching neckbands that you have to stretch. Stretch the neckband just enough so that the fabric of the shirt is flat, and then release a little bit of that stretch before running it under the machine. And this will help eliminate that dreaded overstretched neckband that is so easy to do when you're a novice sewist. Press the seam allowance toward the shirt and top stitch if desired. Today I'll be using a zigzag stitch with a very narrow 0.5 stitch width and a stitch length of 3.0. Fold the bodice so that right sides are together. Pin or clip along the side seams. Stitch using a stretch stitch or serger in a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Fold the armbands in half with right sides together. To show you an alternative to drawing in the stitch line as an assistance in finding that V point when stitching, I'm going to use a straight pin. Place the straight pin right at the center point. We will stitch using a straight stitch and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. As I'm sure you can already tell, it will be very easy to know exactly when to turn that fabric because it's when the needle arrives at that straight pin. Just be careful that your needle doesn't hit the straight pin. Again, clip into the seam allowance at the center V-point, being careful not to snip the threads. Then press the seam allowance open and fold in half lengthwise so wrong sides are together. For easier attaching, I've marked the quarter points on the armbands as well as the quarter points on the arm openings. Now slip the bands onto the bodice, aligning raw edges. The bottom seam of the band will align with the bottom seam of the shirt. Pin or clip into place using the quarter points if you made them. Stitch using a stretch stitch or serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now, if you're a confident stitcher, you can take these armbands directly to your serger to stitch into place. But because there's a significant amount of stretching to be done, I recommend basting first, especially if you're a beginner or someone prone to little hiccups that you don't like to spend a lot of time fixing. Simply set your sewing machine to the longest stitch length on a straight stitch and baste all around those arm openings. Now you can check your work before heading over to the serger. And look at this, a tiny little hiccup in my stitching, but this is really easy to fix when you're just dealing with a basting stitch. Simply pull out a few stitches, smooth out the fabric, and re-stitch that small segment. And now you can confidently stitch using a stretch stitch or a serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Again, stretching the fabric of the band just enough so that there aren't wrinkles in the shirt, and then releasing a little bit of that stretch before you run it under that foot. Press the seam allowances away from the band and toward the shirt, and top stitch if desired. Lay the hem bands with right sides touching and pin along the short side seams. Stitch using a straight stitch or serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Because this stitch is a little bit larger, you may consider using a serger or a stretch stitch. I'm doing a straight stitch because it's a loose fit shirt and I'm pretty gentle on my clothing. I will not be tugging hard on that waistband vertically. If you're particularly rough on your clothes, you may consider making sure to use a stretch stitch so you don't pop any stitches. Press those seam allowances open and fold the hem band with wrong sides together. Slip the hem band onto the bodice with side seams matching and raw edges even. Stitch around the opening using a stretch stitch or a serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Fold the hem band down and press the seam allowances up toward the bodice, top stitch if desired. And with that, you are done with your Fairway tank. Congratulations, and I hope you've enjoyed this process. Now you can head on over, if you haven't already, to the Fairway Set Skirt tutorial. I hope to see you there. Until next time, happy sewing from me and all of us at Greenstyle.